Hey everyone, it's time for another single build video, and this is a super easy and super simple Fisherman's Cabin. Now this will be more of a tutorial that you can leisurely watch, either to build this yourself or just have some background music. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the time-lapse and let's get on with the video. Now, this build was started from browsing the interwebs in search of simple medieval styles in a way that I haven't necessarily built before. Now, I'm always trying to expand my knowledge and building repertoire, so even smaller builds like this really do help with that. Now, when it comes to building in Minecraft, there is never a project too small or too large, and any individual skill set is great in its own way. So there's a little bit of Porpy's advice: build what you want, how you want it, and you'll never go wrong. That's kind of what I do with a lot of these builds. I try to do things a little bit differently, stretch the imagination, and really stretch my creative ability, and it either fails miserably or it goes amazing. So, you know, always try to stay positive. Now, on to some details about this build. I used a mixture of stone, polished granite, and mossy limestone to shore up the base of this cabin. Now, I then used a darker wood log for the main walls, with stripped spruce wood on the corners and the center supports. The contrast of the lighter stone and the darker wood really stands out along the coastline, and it makes for a wonderful view from the ocean whenever you're coming in by boat. Now, the roof will also be made of darker tiles and shingles to give it a swampy vibe, but there is an outer dock area that's made of lighter boards and supports. The consistent contrast of lights and darks in this build really make it stand out, and you'll be able to see that more in the walkthrough, but especially in the time lapse. Now, all in all, this Fisherman's Cabin could have a great story, and I'm really thinking about having kind of like a secretish history for the fisherman, the cabin, or even the area itself. So if you have any ideas, be sure to throw them in the comments below, and I'll pick the one that stands out and add it into the lore of Elmoran. So definitely come up with some crazy ideas, you know, something that works. You know, he could just be a lonely fisherman. He could be, I don't know, like someone in hiding, like a fugitive or something like that. The possibilities are truly endless. But anywho, that's about it for now. So I'll turn on some music and I'll meet you back in just a few. Alright everybody, so I hope you enjoyed that time lapse, but here we have the actual walkthrough, and you can see, as always, I added some additional detail on the outside. We will get to that very shortly. Now, if we're looking at the map of Elmora, this is actually like literally tucked away in a very small corner. The Nelevin tribe is here, so it's just kind of by itself, and I wanted this to be part of the lore. This is going to be the only house like in this area, so there's definitely going to be, like I said, some really cool ideas for lore involved in this. But this is the cabin, and as you can see, we got two ways to go down. We'll take the left side first, and right off the bat you can see we have some composter, shovel. This is to collect rainwater, you know, to hopefully purify it a little bit. There's really no wells out here, so fisherman makes the best that he can. Of course, we have some nets drying out, and then going down here we have some clothes drying in the nice sun, and just a beautiful view. Now, I know the fog is kind of blocking a good bit, but just looking out, this is just gorgeous. So yeah, this is the side. We have this beautiful chimney here, and then we're going to go around to the other side, and then I'll show you the inside. So going down this little pathway down these stairs, you can see we have this overhang. Once again, we have some nets, we have some rope and barrels, fish hanging up, and just some netting and a barrel of fish that he's caught in this area. Now this is that little dock I was telling you about, but we'll get to that in just a second. So let me go back up and we will go inside. So this is the actual inside of the house, and you can see it's very cozy, it's very comfortable. I tried to make it very much something like a fisherman would have, especially living by themselves. So here, obviously, we have the fire, cooking a little bit of something here. We have some food, we have some bear skin, we have some herbs, some tobacco, just plants like that drying out here. Now, typically this area would have a lot of moisture in it, but because this wood cabin is very well insulated, it does stay pretty warm and toasty, so that's a good thing. This is essentially the kitchen right here, and then of course right over here we just have some brooms and things like that, and a very simple bed. The interior for this was purposely made simple. I added these roof supports here. I thought that looks pretty nice, but I wanted it to be simple because that's the kind of living that this person would have, and it could very well tie into the story. Now moving on outward, we do have this nice deck, we have some rope, we have these really cool support beams that I made, really supporting this little overhang going out, and of course a nice little spot that you can look out. Like I said, this is very much a scenic build, but I think it came out really well. And then if you go down here, you can actually get in your boat like we did in that theatrical entrance, and you're good to go. So yeah, that's pretty much that. So what I'll do is I'll give you a quick little flyover, and this is it. And I just think it's a really beautiful, unique build, but also extremely simple. Really like the way that it came out. But like I said, it's a nice little spot kind of tucked away in Elmoran. I try to add these little areas just for people to kind of use their imagination and come up with some weird, crazy stories, but of course, like I said, if you have any ideas, be sure to let me know. Put them in the comments below. I guess we could do like most upvoted story wins. We could just do that, or just one I really like the most. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, thank you again for watching. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you to all my Patreon and YouTube members. I really do appreciate all the support you do to help me and this channel. So as always, this is the Legendary Porpoise signing off. Have a good day. Happy gaming. I'll catch you all again for the next one.